Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name is Amos, and today I wanted to talk to you about Patreon. Yes, I'm going to be on my knees begging you. If you don't know what Patreon is, it's a platform where you can essentially support the creators that you think deserve it. And on Patreon itself, I post exclusive content that I just feel like doesn't belong on YouTube. So if you decide to become a Patreon supporter, you're gonna have access to all of that and more. For just $10, it would be like if you and I were hanging out, right? We're grabbing a drink or a beer or coffee. It would be like you buying me one on the spot. But instead of that drink, if you decide to become a Patreon supporter, that $10 would go towards fueling better content, the stuff that you actually enjoy watching. Listen, I don't think it takes a genius to figure out that I'm a very small YouTube channel. And I'm trying to do this full time, and I am. I'm putting in the work and the effort. However, the ad revenue right now is just not cutting it, and it's very inconsistent. What I'm trying to say is that your support on Patreon would be really helpful and a big boost, not only financially, but emotionally, especially during times when I just feel like not doing it anymore. I'm like, dude, this is just not working out. And between you and me, multiple times a week, I have those moments where I'm like, should I just quit? Should I just give this up? It's not panning out. Should I just go get a real job again? However, instead of doing that, the easy option, I'm choosing to be patient, diligent, and resilient. But I'm gonna be honest with you, sometimes it's really hard. So if you enjoy the value that you gain from my videos or the posts that I make, then please consider becoming a paid supporter. If it's helpful, try to think of Patreon as a tip jar. Your support will directly contribute to the long-term health and stability of the channel. More so than that, you would be giving me the freedom so I can focus on making content that you and I both enjoy. If you trust me with that freedom, I promise it'll be worth it to you. Man of my word, I'll be good. But the thing is, if you can't afford Patreon or if it's not for you, don't worry. I'm gonna continue uploading because I've got the work ethic of a madman. However, if you can, your support would be really helpful. Now, even though I believe in myself, the harsh reality of YouTube is the algorithm right now, it prefers that fast-paced TikTok style of editing where there's like explosions and cuts and edits every second to 2 seconds, and it's just not what we're doing here. The content on this channel is long form. It's conversational, it's slower paced, and as a result, I'm realistic. Because that's the way we like to do it, growth is gonna be so much more difficult. But that's the style that you and I prefer. And here's the crazy part. The ROI right now, the return on investment, I did the math. It breaks down to about 25 cents, and on a good day, maybe 35 cents per hour of work that I do for each video. Any other normal person would have given up a long time ago. And I've been going at this grind for about 1.5 years or some change. And that's because deep down inside, I'm crazy and delusional enough to believe in myself to the point where I know I'm gonna be a really good YouTuber in this stock market space someday. But right now, that's just not the case. It's the growing pains season and it's tough. From your help, you would provide that stability for the channel so that I can focus more on YouTube instead of doing side quests and reaching out for part-time jobs. The vision that I have is, in the future, I feel like there's gonna be thousands of more people that align and see eye to eye with us, like-minded people in this community that are trying to do investing together and throwing ideas here and there and trying to figure this out as we go. And you know what? You're absolutely right. That's a valid call out. If the ROI is not that good, then why don't you just quit? Why don't you just go get a real job? And to that I say because I genuinely enjoy doing this. Even if I weren't creating content for YouTube, this is what I would be doing off the screen. It's my passion and hobby. I love researching and looking into companies, digging through the 10K, trying to figure out, is this company undervalued? Is it a good dividend compounder with cheese? Is it a value trap? And that's why I was like, I might as well share my thoughts and deep dives with the rest of the world, especially my hot takes with whatever is happening on the stock market, because apparently it resonated with you, right? And I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything, but I'm bringing a sense of humor in the sea full of boring and dry CPAs and CFAs that are creating the exact same content that I'm doing. And another point that I want to make to defend myself is this. Working 40 hours a week, or even 50 or 60 hours for a purpose or an organization that you have no care or concern about, but you're just doing it for the paycheck, it is absolutely soul crushing. Like someone putting on a pair of high heels and stepping on your toes and spitting on your face. It is a task that even if it's easy, it feels a lot more difficult and heavier than it should be. On the other hand, with YouTube right now, I'm putting in about 80 to 85 hours a week. And it's perfectly reasonable to ask how or why. And to answer that, I am absolutely, genuinely happy. Maybe not so much with the metrics and the numbers, but I'm happy because at the end of the day, I am pursuing my passion project with full effort, full throttle, and there's tangible results. Yes, my expectations are a little too high. My standards are like up here, but at the end of the week, we have more subscribers than we did the week before. We have more views than we did in the past fiscal quarter. And heart-to-heart moment right here, I'm pursuing a dream for the first time in my life where I have not failed at yet. Because usually every other dream that I've ever pursued, I failed. But with YouTube, we are seeing tiny bits of success happening every day and every week. It's slowly happening. The dream of being a full-time YouTuber. And the thing is, I grew up poor and broke, so I don't mind struggling right now because I believe in the long-term vision for this channel and what we are doing. And to be honest with you, you truly cannot put a price tag on that. When a man has a dream in his heart and he's able to pursue it with full effort, time, and dedication, and he's seeing incremental results that are trending in the right direction, bro, that's like, I wish that upon everyone. It's a tremendous feeling of satisfaction and joy that's hard to explain. Because for most of my life, I always worked for the big man or for a big company and hitting KPIs and making breakthroughs for that company or that organization. But for the first time, I'm working for myself, but I'm also my own employee. So it's an interesting dynamic. However, I'm not that much of a lunatic. If one day I decide enough is enough, then of course I'm gonna pack up my bags and then, tidy up my resume and pivot back into a corporate role again, and I'll shut down the channel. But I don't want to think about plan B because that's just only going to distract from what we are doing right now with plan A. So if you believe in the mission and you believe in me, would you please consider becoming a Patreon member? That's all. I love you guys. Stay safe, and I'll talk to you next time.